Yo, hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to show you the transformation mastery of a student whom I helped to move from scarcity to choose any women he want to have sex with. And this student I met during Goa immersion in December 2020. It went so fucking amazing. In the beginning, he was having some issues, he was having some own stories, his own, self-inflicted wounds that he was having upon himself. But as he spent time with me, as the immersion went on, it was a time of Goa immersion, as it kept on going on, he kept on learning amazing things. And let's just hear directly from him what kind of experiences has he went through and what all have we learned just by spending quality time with the people whom you actually want to be like or who are where you want to be in life. So let's just hear from him.
Hi guys, what's up? I'm here to give you the review for Yadhuvir's immersion that I took in Goa in December 2020. Before going into that immersion, I was a guy who had dated like for just two women, and I had been in game for like over 1.5 year. And usually it was mostly about having sex with a lot of women that I always wanted to do, having a lot of quantity. And but I did not have the answer that why do I want to do this? Like when will I stop? When will I ask myself that okay, this is what I'm looking for. I did not had all those answers and always looking up for the lines because I did not know what exactly is game, how game actually works. So cramming up lines, learning lines, saying them, hit and trying, and doing those things, and don't know what shit tests are, how to pass them, how to actually sustain a relationship, and treating like women just like a object of having sex. So it was something like you may say a simp. I was in a very competitive space before that. If I see anyone like I'm talking to a set, somebody comes in, I become very competitive. I used to become very competitive. So that was the kind of person I used to be before that. And I had my insecurities and all along with my insecurities, not having an acceptance about it, like always trying to be perfect or always trying to show that women that I'm perfect. So once I went into the emotion, the first thing that we did was talk about the why. Why are you here? Why do you want to do this? And the most craziest part about this was I never wanted to answer that because I was too ashamed of seeing that answer. And once I had that answer in front of me, and the first time I told the woman about it, I really felt something like I have taken something really heavy out of my chest. But the kind of response I got from her, she was like, hey, it's good that guys also talk about it. It's good. Else, every time a guy comes up, he's just trying to show up the money. He's just trying to show up the things that he has. Rather, you're talking about why you're doing this and accepting the fact that, yeah, I've been broken in my life. So, talking about the experiences that I had in Goa immersion. So, it was like when we were going out to game, we were like opening every set. Like not like in your dreams, you would think that somebody's a 9, somebody's a 10. And when we were in the field, we did not think about this. We saw a set, boom, open, 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 open. There weren't a lot of people like till December 20th, but whatever we found, we opened it. Else, I would have been very scared to do that. So I remember this first set that I had, one set that we actually almost pulled, and this was in Goa. So we are standing in the Baga beach. तो Tito's lane में हम लोग खड़े हैं वहाँ पे, and there is this two women, beautifully dressed, one piece dress, long. She looks so beautiful. All of the street is looking at them, and these two women are walking in their own essence, in their own energy. And then I look, my wingman is with me, and I look towards that woman, and I'm like, everyone is looking at them, but nobody's going to talk. And we ordered some momos, and then I was like, we also paid for that. Well, fuck that momos. I'm going to talk to that woman and probably come back. So I went up and talked to them and talking to them, and 15 minutes after, so this was the crazy thing. So this was like third or fourth day of the immersion that was there, and then Yadhuvir is coming from that side. The other students are coming from that side, and me and my wing are holding hand of these women and walking on Baka beach, and these guys are looking at us like what the fuck, हमसे open नहीं हो रहा और ये लोग भाई लड़के, these are like walking. And then we were sitting having such an amazing time being vulnerable. So this was the phase when I was learning, like this woman on that date was asking me, tell me more about yourself. And I was like, that has never happened with me on a date. And what happened is that the friend of her told me that, "Okay, dude, you should not be into her. She already has a boyfriend." And I'm like, okay, ठीक है. But I like her. It does not matter she has a boyfriend or not. And then She comes back and tells me that, okay, yeah, she in between the conversation, yeah, my friend is coming. So I was like, ठीक है होगा. 10 minutes more after that, she's like, I'm single. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I didn't know that कि ये चीजें possible हो सकती है. So इसके बाद ये था सबसे पहला experience. This is like a pullable set we had. And but they had another plans. We were in the different part of the city, so we could not do it. And then next day they had to go back. So no bad luck, but yeah, very amazing experience. Beautiful women that we had. Then the next experience that I remember was this two set. So again on the Tito's Lane, I was there, and then another wingman of mine. We ordered a roll, and then I am just eating this roll, and I see this women just walking by and looking back and smiling at me. Like I had that eye contact, and I knew it's on. It's just on. So I go up to her and start talking to her. And then when I'm talking to her, that I knew that, like, I am not very much interested in her because I did not know. But then she's like keeping the conversation. I'm like, no, I'm going into this set. So that happens, and then when we're talking, and then she's like, "Acha, I have to go to my hotel room," and I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." So we start walking towards it because the moment she gave that eye contact on the street, I was like, "It's fucking on." Because once you start opening women, once you start living with the women, especially on immersion and in boot camps, you understand how women operate. Like there are subtle signs that I actually learned from Yadhuvir, and I could catch them, and I can understand that okay, she is inviting me up for that conversation. So that started up, and then we were walking to the hotel room talking about things, and then I ended up pulling her, and then once I we went to the hotel room, we changed clothes, but I could sense that she's not comfortable yet enough, so it's actually it's jaldi pull ho gaya. Then we went downstairs and we started talking, and then she told me things about herself that she hadn't actually told anyone, and I felt so good about it that okay dude, like women are sharing secrets with me, women are telling me things that they have never told anyone. So I think I can build the trust with them, and I could actually understand them, and they could trust me with those things. And because I could understand that what they are saying, that was the kind of transformation I had. And then we were sitting at the beach later, we were making out. So this was like a crazy stuff. So we were the only couple that was sitting over there on the beach, and then people are walking by, mostly guys, and then they're just looking over here. And then I just tell her that, okay, do you want to make, so she's like, okay, these guys are looking, I'm like, do you want to make them feel jealous? So we start making out, and then these guys are looking, and then they put their head down and go away. I'm like, oh, dude, what the fuck is this? Like, that's bad. That was like fucking amazing that I did. I cannot forget that in this thing that happened. Like, women are up for crazy stuff. If you're the right guy, they are up for crazy stuff. So we went back, and then she was inviting me over to come to her hotel room. I knew that this is a pull, but I did not wanted to have sex with her, so I declined that very politely. I declined that, and then we went our ways. Then later that night, this was like a 10 hours of date almost. This went 10 hours, almost 6 hours of date. This went up. Then we went to beach. I joined these guys. I joined Yadhuvir and the other people in the immersion that we have, and then we were gaming for next 6 hours. Like that was the crazy stuff. Like you go into a date, you make out, you had such a good time, 6 7 hours, and then you hold it up and keep it aside, and then you start opening more sets. You start going and talking. Like there was this one woman I remember. She looked like a gangster holding a cornetto and walking out of the party. Like this party had like top notch people, and I normally wouldn't have gone to her. I just went up to her and started talking to her, and then slowly she opened up, and then she did not stop talking, and I was like, oh dude, a woman like her, she is like investing in me. What the fuck, dude? It was a crazy. And then the usually the nights that we had in Goa immersion were like, there were so many emotions that you opened like 10 or 15 or 20 sets, and then one set goes bad, and then another set goes well, another bad, then well. It's all like a mixed of emotion, and by the night end you are like, oh dude, is this just a day? It's crazy. I've never felt so many emotions in my life, so many experiences in my life, like crazy stuff, so much learning. It was such an amazing time. Like our day used to start at like 2 or 3, and then we were ended up sitting by the beach at night by 4 and eating our dinner. Like dinner, come breakfast, and then going back. It was such an amazing time. And then on the last day, I met a woman actually in a club, and then we were texting. Yadhuvir was showing the texting game, that how to do the text, how to go about it. So the text actually showed me that how persistent you can be without being needy. Actually, me being vulnerable becomes needy, but I actually got to know that vulnerability is actually a strength. And then this woman was like, hey, you were really persistent. She came out on a date, and then we ended up spending like 13 hours. We like hopped up to 4 places. Like, पहले हम एक जगह पे हैं, फिर गोवा के one, like we ended up, you may say that from one end of Goa to the another end, and we roamed all of the city and had an amazing experience. And the fucking part was that I was so vulnerable with her. I could tell her what I want, and she could actually understand, and she wasn't judging me for that, because I just told her that this is what I want, but I also feel afraid of telling this to her. And women are actually, they understand what you're trying to say, and they get it. Once you understand women, you're like, there is nothing more beautiful than women, and the opportunities you get with the women is like, just be with her and you'll start feeling good about yourself, just being with her. And it was such an amazing date, like the best date. I can definitely tell you that the relationships I had lasted for like 4 or 6 months, but the conversation I had for those 12 hours, it was like more deeper conversation that I had, and still in touch with that woman. And later on the second date, I actually pulled her, and it was a crazy connection. Like, still till to date, we are in touch and we talk. So probably having some future plans, also meeting up. So fingers crossed. Then we came back to the hometown, and over here there was the impact. Like, when I actually saw the impact of those 30 days of being in an immersion. So we were here in the club. So we were in Delhi in summer house, and then in summer house, just this is just after 2 weeks of immersion, and this is what happened over there. There was this woman and a guy. Usually, that woman was looking like a butterfly wearing a like buttercup dress, looking so glorious in that. I could say that that's the best woman I've seen in my life. And I wouldn't have the balls to go up to her to talk, because she was with a friend. And I would have assumed that that is a guy she's dating, because he was very good looking and he was a very smart guy. So I went up to these guys and I told them that you guys look really pretty, and I actually meant them because they look very good together. But they told me that the women tells me that we are not together, we are just friends. I'm like, okay, that's good. And then my wing comes in, he starts talking to this guy, and I start talking to this woman, and I'm maintaining the eye contact, the proximity, and having that banter, not taking myself seriously, and just she's throwing shit test on shit test. This is what happens. Like, she's telling me that, dude, look at that woman in pink dress, she looks so good. Any guy would have actually turned and looked, but I was like, she's such a pretty woman, why do I have to look over here? And I'm just saying that, okay, I already have a pretty woman in front of me, why do I look over there? And she's like literally holding me that, why the fuck are you not moving? Like, that is the level of shit taste the hot women, or you may say the, I found out that she was a very beautiful woman, the beautiful women have, is like these kind of shit tests. And then I'm like, okay, you really want me to go over there and talk to them, or probably you want to go and talk to them. I'm like, okay, let's go over there as cousins and I'll introduce you to them. So we went up to random women in the club, and then she's like my winger. And we're saying we are cousins, but she finds you very attractive. So I also find you very attractive, and we're talking to these random women. And then we go up to the dance floor and dancing like crazy. This is just a 1 hour of thing that happened. And then later that night, we exchange contacts, and we are like, okay, I would love to have a conversation with you later. And then later, I'm also enjoying with other people that I'm getting to know. So I'm also looking at her. Sometimes she's also looking at me. I see her with other guys who are actually like those Mercedes वाले guy होते हैं ना, BMW Mercedes जिनके पास होती है. Those kind of guy, dressed up, top notch. Like, you can tell that they have everything in their life in terms of money. And then there were other guys who were approaching her, talking to her, like having Instagram followers, the influencers, like, top notch influencers, like having 10,000, 20,000 followers. And then next day, I text this woman and I tell her that I want to meet you. And then this woman is like, yeah, let's meet. And when I'm on a date, I'm telling this woman that I've never actually dated a woman this hot. And I am not sure that what actually you saw in me, what actually made you feel good about me. But there were guys who were rich. There were guys who were having so many Instagram followers. I'm not that rich. I don't have that much Instagram follower. I'm good by myself, whatever I had. But why did you choose me over them? Like, it's a. I am saying this to her. Else, if I would used to be before immersion, I would have never actually opened that kind of a women only. But now I'm telling her that this is how I felt, and then this woman is validating me for that. Like, I could see her understanding where I'm coming from, and she's explaining me that it's not about, now this is what she's telling me, that it's not about those things. It's about how you weren't serious about those things, and you're including my friend in it. You're not trying to separate me from my friend. You're keeping me and my friend together. And that's what I really liked about you, that you're not trying to take me away from my friend. So that is a date that started, and one of the beliefs that I found: if I go on a date now with a woman, she's gonna have the best date of her life, because this woman who is so much hot, who is so beautiful, who is purposeful, who is funny, energetic, is on a date with me. And then in the this is really funny. So in the restaurant that we were eating, so the guys who serve over there are hitting on her. Like, I'm sitting right over there. A competitive guy like me would have been like so much like, don't do this, don't do that, no, 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 let's go from there. And I'm enjoying that. I'm being a part of that. I'm collaborating with it. And then I'm teasing her that he's hitting on her. He likes you. You're working your charm over it. You can probably get a discount now. And this is the like kind of fun that we were having on the date. And then we hopped like three, four, five places, and then I actually ended up pulling her. And then in the room, like, I'm literally inside the bathroom, and she's like talking to a friend on the phone. I'm inside the bathroom and dancing inside. Like, what the fuck, dude? I'm dancing like inside. What the fuck, dude? Taking my anxiety out. Like, what the fuck, dude? You have pulled the hottest woman in the life that you have ever seen. You have actually dated. You have pulled her. Who the fuck are you? And then we were having a conversation, and then at some point we are talking, and I'm like, you're with me in this hotel room right now. What did I do to actually deserve you? Like, I'm having identity crisis. This guy who wants to be perfect, who is competitive, who does not want to be vulnerable, who, I don't know, who just wants to have sex in his life, nothing more. And now this woman, beautiful woman who likes to see passion in some men, who on a purpose for her life, is interested in me. Like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Like, and then we end up having some intimate time, and it was like, whatever happens in the room, a gentleman never shares. So it was a crazy night for me. Like, that is the best women that I have met, and it was only possible for me to have if I wouldn't have taken the immersion. So after that, I've dated a lot of women. Like, wherever I go, I don't have any approach anxiety now. I can just go up and then just talk to women. So I now I put up in Delhi, and recently I've pulled a lot of women. Could pull like I shifted to Delhi very recently. So it was like 15 days, and I ended up pulling a woman in 15 days, like meeting a woman, pulling up, having sex with her, and she's sharing her stuff about herself that she has actually not even told her parents. And that is the kind of level of intimacy, that is the kind of level of bond I could form with women, because I could see how beautiful they are. And now I'm not looking for any uh, quantity. I'm just looking for quality women now out there, because I have a belief that I can have any women, I can have sex with any women that I want. But it's not about that. It's about, if I have sex with her, what will I do after that? What is the point of that? So I want to have sex with the women who I want in my life. And that is the kind of belief shift that has happened for me. I have become more vulnerable. I have become more confident. I have become more connected to myself, where I can connect with women more. I can connect with other people in my office more. And that has impacted my office life also. So all these things have been impacting me as a person. Also, outside world has also impacted because of me. And really thankful to Yadu because of this, all the teachings that he has given, like all these crazy incidences that has happened. I wouldn't have imagined that a guy like me would be meeting such beautiful women out there, and these beautiful women investing time in me. Who am I? मैं कौन हूँ? So crazy. I hope you guys go for this Yadhuvir's immersion. Probably I would prefer immersion over boot camp, just because of the fact that I get to spend more time with somebody who is India's best. Like, if you say that you want to spend time with India's best actor, you want to spend time with India's best singer, then he's the India's best dating coach. Definitely, as much time as you spend, the more uh, transformation it is going to be with you, and be as much truthful as with him you can be, so he can help you out and do whatever he says. Just leave your Jesus, Krishna, and everyone behind, and for those 3 or 7 days, take him as your God, and just take his word as like this is the truth, and just do whatever he says. I'm pretty sure that you're going to be transformed. And best of luck with you guys. It's a really good thing to go forward, and the best investment that you can make in yourself. Thanks, Yadu. Love you, bro.
Thanks a lot, bro. It was really amazing for me as well. That dude, this was really like fucking mind boggling. I cannot thank you much for even making this testimonial for me, which is going to help me to reach more people who need my help, whose life I can actually change and make a positive impact in. So guys, my online mastermind is starting from 20th May. I cannot just stop talking about it, man. The experiences those guys had and the things they learned, it was just breakthroughs, breathtaking fucking breakthroughs. So if you guys want to join the upcoming immersion programs or the online mastermind 2.0 that I'm doing every month, you can just text me on the WhatsApp number given below, like the video and comment if you want to know anything more about the upcoming courses. I'll see you until next time.